am Kim, and I'm part of the team that represents Bermuda here in the UK, and it is a pleasure to be here today. So, welcome to Bermuda. And yes, this is going to be a very quick run through about the beautiful island of Bermuda. And as you can see, that amazing backdrop there. But Bermuda is way more than beautiful beaches. It is a warm, welcoming community with lots to offer. And I'm going to highlight some of that today. Where is Bermuda? That is a common misconception. And I'm going to show you a video just to give you a sense of place. Yeah, so now you know where we are. And we are just a small 21 square mile island. We are small but mighty. We are one of the oldest British overseas territory, settled back in 1609. We have a population of around 65,000 people, and we have our own currency, which is the Bermuda dollar, which is on par with the US. You can see we're an interesting shape, that of a fishhook. We have 9 parishes, each unique and special in its own right. Getting to Bermuda, we are under 7 hours from London Heathrow, which is incredibly convenient with British Airways. And we also fly daily during peak times. And during the winter months, soon to change that, I hope, we go 5 days a week. And just for proximity and to give you an idea of the connectivity there, you can see we actually have flights all over the East Coast and Canada. So if you want to twin us with the US, it is super, super easy, or Canada, you can do that and just hop on over, with New York being just a mere 90 minutes away. Yeah, we have a fabulous airport, and just like I mentioned, if doing those twin centers, we actually have the privilege of having US pre-clearance, so it makes that journey that much more doable and easy. And the big question, why Bermuda? As a Bermudian, I think that I have many reasons why Bermuda, but we are a year-round destination with 4 seasons to enjoy. Easy to reach, safe, and all of that good stuff. But most importantly, there's something for everyone. You can see on the screen, I've got sort of the whale watching, which you can do in March and April. You have tremendous amount of whales, if you can believe it, over 10,000 that migrate past the island in March and April. So that's a sight to see. And all of those wonderful sort of water sports you can do. But mostly because we have such mild temperatures, we're a really active sporting destination with the ability to go hiking, explore, rich in history, with forts, and a UNESCO site in St. George's Parish, which is St. George's Parish. So lots to do and see along the way. And this is just a snapshot there of basically what you can expect all year. There's plenty to do, as I said, with the temperatures, but just an example today, the month of February, you could expect the average temperature around 21, which, that's a warm winter. And then you could look at sort of those hotter months, July and August, you're looking at the average temperature sitting around 29. And it doesn't actually go above 30, so that is like even more sort of enjoyable for people to sort of participate in those outdoor activities, golf, even being on the beach, and makes it that much more pleasant. Getting around, we are a sustainable destination in that we don't offer full car hire. Every household in Bermuda actually only has 1 car per household. This is just for literally our roads being able to sustain that demand. And just to give you sort of snapshot there, we have amazing public transportation. You've got cute pink and blue buses you can hop around on. We have 4 scenic ferry routes, which within themselves are their own outing. And then, of course, you can rent sort of the mini 2-seater electric cars. And then you've got, if you want to be driven, taxis, of course, and tours you can get involved in. Accommodation. There's something for every travel style. And you look at this beautiful backdrop there. So yeah, just to highlight a few for luxury, we have those names that you know and love, and people have that sort of reliance on, like just the Rosewood, Fairmont run property. But we also have some really you see the Cambridge beaches, the reefs, Azora. Those properties do very well and offer more of a boutique luxury experience, but definitely something for everyone there. Other popular accommodations, just to give you a snapshot, we've got the Grotto Bay Beach Resort and Spa. They are the only all-inclusive destination on the island, minutes from the airport. You can begin that holiday right away. And each one of those properties you see on there, Pompano Beach, Rosedale, which is actually now an adult-only property, they all have their own look and feel and charm, and offer something special to those that visit. Really exciting for us. We have the Fairmont Southampton reopening this year. We've been waiting for this. This is offering just sitting under 600 rooms, which will offer lots of different opportunities there, especially for events and things like that. But it's also a property that people have loved over the years and have missed. So there's sort of a nostalgia there. There's lots of people we know that are really keen to get back in there, and that's exciting coming up soon. Have to mention the golf courses. We are a small island, but we've got more golf courses per square mile than anywhere else. True golfer's paradise there. Each golf course offers its own ocean view, which is truly unique. We have the Port Royal Golf Course, which is home to a PGA Tour, which is within itself pristine, but these are all accessible to visitors, and it's worth sharing with clients that have that interest. Popular beaches. Yes, we think, okay, an island, we are not a fly and flop. We are a special destination with tremendous options on the beachfront. So everything from sort of more hidden coves, from more active beaches, where you can find beaches where you can have a beach bar if you want those type of vibes, or rent a lounge chair and things like that. We do offer those, but there are those more secluded, more private opportunities there, as well as simply those more shallow, sort of shallow waters for families and things like that, if that's a concern. We have literally over 300 shipwrecks to explore on the island, so it's really a diver or scuba divers like heaven. Horseshoe Bay Beach, I'm just going to run through a few. That's one of the most Instagrammable beaches on the island, quite popular with its pink sand, and is known. Warwick Long Bay, you can see that backdrop there, another stunning beach. It's connected nearby with a cove called Jobson's Cove and Chaplin Bay, and they're really easily accessible. All these beaches you can see stunning, very clean, all safe to attend, and majority have lifeguards on duty. John Smith's Bay, just an interesting one. John Smith's Bay was actually named for Captain John Smith. He was actually famously encountered Pocahontas during his tenure in Jamestown. Just an interesting fact, we thought. So another sort of smaller beach and perfect for families as well. Tobacco Bay, for those beach bar vibes, quite known. For a party, for a nice lunch, things like that as well. Obviously, you can see a nice beach. You can do some snorkeling around there as well if you just go outside of the bay there. It's also known of the backdrop for the gunpowder plot of 1775. Bermuda locals assisted the American revolutionaries in stealing a supply of British powder from the town of St. George. Very interesting, unique fact. But in current times, it is a really good vibe for beach and food and drink. Signature of experiences. Now, I think it's always a fabulous time to visit, but we have some very unique opportunities when it comes to our festivals and events and things like that. And just to highlight some of those, like just gone in January, we actually had the Chub Bermuda Triangle Challenge, and that is a 3-day running event. If you're into running, and even if you're not, you could choose one of the events, but the Triangle Challenge of it all is doing a race on each day. And it's fabulous, great vibes, great support along the way as well. We're currently sitting in Bermuda Spa Month. You can actually in Bermuda get a spa treatment in a cave if that's something you'd like to do. It's a definite bucket list item for sure. Just bringing on through to highlight a few. In June, we have Carnival in Bermuda. You can see that amazing picture up top in the right hand corner there. I would say someone who's sort of never done Carnival, it is a great introductory way to break through into Carnival. It's lovely, it's fun, well connected, and really not too overwhelming as some of the bigger carnivals can be. but it's loads of fun, even experiencing sort of rafting and parties on the water one of the days, not to be missed. And yeah, and moving on to August, you can expect the Cup Match holiday. It is 2 days of cricket, which is actually sitting in between 4 days of basically carnival vibes. All sorts of picnicking and parties, festivals, usually concerts taking place during that time. But 2 days of it, it's actually celebrating Emancipation Day. But it is a 2 day all star cricket match. And I can assure you, you don't even have to like cricket. It is phenomenal. So it's almost like an all-star game, the east versus the west of the island. And when I tell you, Bermudians themselves get very invested, and it's something that, like my family themselves, love to participate in. But once you go, I can assure you, you will be addicted. So that's a real highlight on the calendar for sure. September, we have Bermuda Swizzle Festival as well as a sandcastle competition on the Horseshoe Bay beach that I mentioned earlier. It's tremendous artistry that happens during that competition. Of course, this may not be something that one comes specifically for, but it's definitely worth it if you can tie that into a vacation. And then just going down, we have, like I mentioned, the PGA, the Butterfield Bermuda Championship taking place in November, and that is a well attended. The golf course and the island is quite a buzz. It's really showcasing the world class golf that we have to offer. And I wouldn't be able to not miss out seeing the Bermuda Gumbe Festival, which is also, well, you'll see in the bottom right hand corner. So that's sort of a tradition that we have. They come out and sort of dance at different events, and that is a real big celebration for the locals. And visitors love to join in and dance to the beat of the drum. Very special. And that is it from me. Thank you so much for your time today.